So, welcome back to the spiritual journey. It's the 11th week, third year. Today's date is the 11th, 2021. My name is David Stanley, and I manage the course entitled The Spiritual Journey within the school I founded in 2019 called Universal Comprehension Academy. Once again, we are looking at the flat earth theory and comparing it with the Big Bang theory and the electric universe theory. Right, so as per this diagram, right, here we go. Yes, flat earth at the top, heliocentric model, and electric universe model. Yes, and we have stars and moons and planets, everything in there. Right. Yes, so that's what we're doing. It's a triangle with three vectors, one theory for each vector, and they're all just theories. Yes, we mustn't forget the 1986 presidential saying. You remember that from last week? No. Trust but verify. Yes. We could also say, give the benefit of the doubt and ask for verifiable, demonstrable, and repeatable proof. Enough proof to satisfy one's own senses and intelligence, rather than just accepting scientific statements as truth. Of course, that may take a little time, and there will always be counter-arguments. But at least if one considers the evidence, then one has a solid foundation as a starting point. Yeah? So let me just welcome Keith a moment. Here we go, Keith. Just say hello.
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 Hello, Keith. All right. So Keith is back with us in the studio. Now, personally, I have a degree in languages. Yes, I thought I'd show this one today. I have a degree in languages. I've displayed my certificates on LinkedIn. However, there are 3 diplomas. That's 1, 2, and 3. Yes, 3 diplomas, and I have master credits for a year in research concerning languages. I can also mention my independent doctoral thesis dated 2010. Thus, I consider myself qualified for this research and teaching. I like to look at these 3 theories as 3 different languages, each language having both a practical and spiritual nature. Yes? Remember, one's mother tongue is the language of the country one grows up in. And usually that's the same language of their biological mother. If one lives in the West, one would naturally speak the language of the globe. Yes, the heliocentric language. Another language, flat plane electromagnetic biodome, that's quite a mouthful, yeah, flat earth, takes some study. But along the way, as the French expression goes, there will be les bons amis, yes, or good friends, yes, where the logic and spelling in both languages are the same. Both the words, like the words danger, age, and date, yes, but the pronunciation is different, so one must think in French to speak it. Yes? Danger, âge, date. Yes, the same idea with the 3 models: heliocentric model, the flat plane model, and the electric universe model. However, it does require a little homework to comprehend such models. Yes. When one listens to someone speaking fluently in French, Swedish, or Spanish, it can be musical, wonderful, even refreshing. Unless you don't like foreign languages, then it might be a horrible, nonsensical experience, yes, which makes you angry. It's also useful to speak a little Spanish if visiting that country or frequenting with Spanish-speaking people, wouldn't you say?
I would say so, yeah.
Do you speak a little Spanish?
Yeah.
Give us a couple of words. Hang on. Could you repeat that? That was quite wonderful and musical.
Por favor, ¿dónde está la iglesia de gitanos?
Oh, I think you're fluent. Yeah. So Keith speaks Spanish, which I speak very little Spanish. Por favor. Yeah. So when teaching in English, I did have one or two students who were forced into learning English for their work and hated the whole experience. So it is with flat Earth and the electric universe. The contradiction is just not worth it for some people. So one should have a good reason to study such things that completely contradict one's usual way of thinking. So you need a good reason. Now, here on the spiritual journey, our good reason is our purpose. Our purpose to seek the truth and comprehend the what, the why, the where, the when, the how of things spiritually. Thus we expand our horizons and deepen our comprehension from the standpoint you can only live your life according to the quality of your education. Yeah? That further, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest, as Benjamin Franklin said. And so the interest is very interesting. Now, education is a good friend word in both French and English. Yes, educa. In Spanish, it's similar. Do you know what it is in Spanish? What word? Education. No. Education. Yeah, yeah. With you have to have the Spanish accent as well. But in Swedish, it changes in an interesting way. So it becomes more Germanic in German. It's Ausbildung. Yes, so we're looking at languages. In a Germanic sense, education is seen as building something, as we see in the root of the word, Bildung. Yes, so we can see in the same way that languages are a good sense to people who speak that language. So it can be said for those who study and can speak in different models. And it can be considered a sign of intelligence, even if it sounds like double Dutch, yeah, to a monolinguist. I'll refer you back to the different types of intelligence that we've already covered in previous meetings. So we are looking, or we are working our way to the study of sunsets. That's basically what we're looking at. Yes, sunsets. But are first looking at different aspects that may help us really appreciate the sunset. Yes. So let's have a quick look at the moon. That is, as I say, in the flat Earth model, the moon is about, well, you could say it's 2.5 miles in diameter, about the same size as the sun. In the flat Earth model, it is not made of rock, but perhaps of plasma. Yes. We don't really know, but perhaps in just a few years from now, more data will be available to
So
the.
what they've collected, those journeys to the moon rock.
Okay, moon rock. That's another subject. And that's to do with the heliocentric model and the Big Bang theory. Yeah, we're sort of separating away from that, and we're just looking at the flat Earth model. Yeah, I know there are lots of contradictions. Yeah, and they will come up straight away. But we're just having a look at this model, and then we can deal with all the contradictions at another time.
Would you say the diameter of the moon?
Well, I think it's about 2.5 miles in diameter, but some people say it's 51 kilometers in diameter. Yeah, it's hard to measure it. Yeah. Okay, so it depends on your own view of that. But that's my view, about 2.5 miles in diameter. It could be 35 miles.
And the sun?
And the sun the same size. That's on the flat. Yes, that's Barmy. That's on the flat Earth model.
Why are we talking about it?
That's, yes, we're just studying the model. As balmy as it sounds.
Right, the Barmy model.
Okay, the Barmy model. Well, yes. When I was studying French, I could say this language is Barmy. Yes, but I think millions of French would disagree with me.
Oh, there's a logic to language.
Right. Well, there's a logic to this too, but it requires study.
Completely in the face of lots of science.
Yes, it
flies in. Crazy. They don't know it. Only that's small.
Okay.
I think visitors can have
okay.
Stuff to measure.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, that's another subject. We'll now watch a bit.
Cheese.
Yes. Well, I do think it's made of cheese as well, because every time you look at the moon, it makes you smile. Yes. And what do you say when you smile?
Cheese.
Cheese. Yes. So I think the moon is actually made of cheese because it just makes you smile. It's very photogenic. Yes. I watched it the other day, full moon, and it really did make me smile.
Good.
Yes. So we'll now watch a video about the moon. We'll have a link as normal in the description under the YouTube video and on the members text posted on the Universal Comprehension Academy platform with Thinkific. Now, here's our moon video called World Atlas. Okay, so we'll just pause there. We're back. I hope everyone watches the video. It's definitely food for thought. What do you think of it, Keith? What do you think?
I don't know what to make of it.
Don't know what to make of it.
No.
Yes.
It's drawing or cartoon or whatever.
It's definitely a new idea, isn't it? Different idea. Something new, something interesting. Food for thought. Yes, food for thought. So let's carry on with today, and on to our next video pause to watch a very short video. Okay, yeah. Everything is perspective. Flat Earth, how the sun sets. So we're getting closer to how the sun sets. So musical chairs again. If you'd like to sit in my seat to watch, I'll load up. Yes. So hang on, let's just pause again. So we're back again. How did you find that perspective? Simple to understand?
Well, I didn't know whether that I could see what was happening, whether I believe that actually what does happen. I didn't know nothing.
Okay. So now there's another video. As you will see in the next video, the sun never sets. We used to say the sun never sets on the English Empire. Yeah, you remember that, the expression. Well, don't forget, before about 1900, the whole world believed the world was flat. But with World War One and World War Two,
No, that's not true. The whole world believes it.
well, most of the civilizations around the world. But we'll look into that at another.
The latest.
At another stage. It's another.
Oh, come on.
Okay. The perception started to change with little or no opposition. Science, then from about 1920, was beginning to influence our world worldview. So science replaced what was known for thousands of years, that the Earth was flat. However, as this video shows, the sun never sets on a flat Earth. It simply vanishes into the thickness of the atmospheric deck of opacity. Okay, so we'll just have a look at that. It's very short.
Good.
All right. So we're back again. Right. Did you find that interesting, Keith? Yes? The sun fading out.
Well, I don't believe it. You know, that's very interesting. It's crackers.
Okay. What we can note is that on a flat Earth, water keeps its level from the Arctic Circle to the Antarctic Circle. And the land is how we see it, mountains and valleys on a flat plain, all within our pond of the seas. Unfortunately, the Antarctic Treaty prevents the public from any independent research beyond the Antarctic ice wall. But we know from old stories, old maps, and from Admiral Byrd that there is more land and continents beyond the Antarctic ice wall, as many as 30 continents. Yes? Now, the Antarctic ice wall is therefore the edge of our world pond according to the flat Earth theory. Now, that's a good place to finish.
Right.
So we'll hang on. I'll see you next week, 16th of November. Bye for now. Okay?
Bye. Bye.
Hang on. Let me just get you up on the screen.
Hello. And goodbye.
Okay. Bye then.